Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
29.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is when we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Gets out of a little bit of trouble there with a shifty move. He'll take it up past the 6. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw is Garoppolo. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now Zaire Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Ryan Quigley now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is fielded at the 7. And they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. The give is to Elliott. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Monday down.
Again to Elliott. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing right, and that's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
On second down, here's Carr. Wide open receiver complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Going deep here for Bryant. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and out. And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
21.
Garoppolo on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. 11.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Richards. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Elliott. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
29.
On 1st down, Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
An update now from out in Southern California. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Carr going to throw. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now Carr. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
He's going to get it running right. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They come out here in the eye. They get it to him running left. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking deep. That's caught at the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Carlson able to put this one through. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Raiders have got him.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around the sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, Scott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you kind of hit the jackpot there.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Left 80! 180!
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've been stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They go to Elliott again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Carr. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
That's taken on the 25. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
13.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Boston Scott, his second touchdown on the season. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. On the carry, this is Scott. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Boston Scott, his second touchdown on the season. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Now Garoppolo will lead his guys up to go for the 2-point try. They're going to keep it on the ground. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw his car. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. 29. 694.
Carr to throw on second down. Going deep here for Bryant. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Raiders. 47 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And this is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey. Here we go. Black 80!
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Hey, go! I got one. Black! 13! 55!
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, Mike 52! 11!
Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And no, it's is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Carr. And oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. Now Elliott. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Carr now to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
21. 4 down. 16.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen. And
they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
180! 180! Flag! 13! 13!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
He'll rifle this one deep right, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 19. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Going up top. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
And they'll run it here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Hurry up.
They'll run on first down. Scott. And he's got some space here. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs?
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make it.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Raiders are going to win the football game. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Twisting away. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you